Hey guys, welcome back to the Bulba Squad. Today we're going to be covering Hidden Fates and its long-term investability using my spider system that I created. So, I know there's a lot of people who haven't seen the original spider system video because it's pretty ridiculously long. So, I'm going to do a very brief overview of what it is, and for anyone who wants a more in-depth covering of it, then I will leave the link in the description. So the spider system was created to be able to appraise any modern set, or really any set that can fill out all of these blanks. So we have our variables as one, supply is how much supply there was at any given point, any given time frame. Each of these represents a different time frame. This will be at release, 6 to 12 months, and then 2+ years. Playability is how important this set was to the TCG. This one mainly matters because if it cycles out of rotation, is it going to affect the value of the set? Intrinsic value is it's also known as expected value, or EV. Basically, if you open up the product, what is the value you're expecting to get out of it? Deviation is how often do you move away from the intrinsic value. So, like if you open up a booster box, are you going to end up getting $30 box or a $200 box when the expected value, when the intrinsic value is like $70? So that's what deviation is. Also, intrinsic value, I need to add, intrinsic value does not necessarily have to be the same value as the price you pay for the box. Because if you look at any old set, their intrinsic value is lower than the price you pay. Look at any set ranging from any vintage set, like first edition base set. That intrinsic value is much lower than the price you pay. So just keep that in mind. Expectations is what did the people think whenever the set was coming out? How did they take it? And reality is, how did this set really launch? Like, was it a really good launch? Was it really bad? We don't know. Depends on what set we're talking about. And then we have our constants, which if any of these get checked off, it automatically gives the set a little step up because it means they're going to be a little stronger just permanently because this doesn't change. So we're going to start Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates right away. We know each of these three, just they hit them right away. They have the Charizard, the shiny Charizard, for the Pokemon. They have a really nice collection of Pokemon. Lucario, Mewtwo, Charizard, all the evolutions. Well, most of the evolutions. Decidueye, they have Ho, and there are just so many good Pokemon. And they're shiny, so we already they already knocked it out of the park there. And for supply, for the first, right out the gate, there was not enough. Because of what happened with Shining Legends, it looks like Pokemon decided to dial back on Hidden Fate's product. And so there just was nowhere near enough. And as we all know, it got a reprint really fast within 6 months. Right? So that reprint was still not enough and it got wiped off the shelves. However, now there's another reprint coming up. We don't know how fully allocated it is. People are thinking that it looks really limited, but it's uncertain. So we're going to keep that as an unknown. Playability, this actually doesn't matter. And I think that's fantastic. When a set has no playability whatsoever, it means it doesn't matter if it's in rotation or not. Well, other than the fact that keep in mind, whenever a set is in rotation, it has a higher chance of being reprinted. Take Ultra Prism, for example. It was still technically in rotation, so they did reprint it. Granted that it has its whole set of issues, but it was technically within rotation, so that statement still stands. For the intrinsic value, my god, just completely destroys it. If you bought this at MSRP and you open it, it's almost impossible to not make your money back. You get a baby shiny like 1 in every 7 packs. You get a full art shiny like once every 10 packs. Not to mention you have your random gold cards you can get in there and your trainer full arts, which are still modestly valuable cards. Granted, we don't know what's going to happen to it with the reprint, and Remember, a lot of people have been sending submissions to PSA and they're backed up. So if a lot of this supply comes back and the demand is no longer there, it could drop the intrinsic value. So keep that in mind. Deviation. This set, I'm gonna make it positive overall. Mainly because, well, yes, you could pull 7 shinies and then, like, let's say you pull 7 shiny full arts, you could, in theory, end up with something like Decidueye, Reshiram, what else was there? Guzzlord. Just a bunch of Pokemon that really aren't that desirable, or you could end up with all the evolutions in it and then Charizard. So the deviation, while yeah, it is kind of all over the place. In the end, if you open up enough, you should be ending up at relatively the same value because while some of the cards are worth less, all of them are still above MSRP, which I'm going based off of MSRP. I'm not going based off of the eBay prices where it's like $10 a pack right now. It's insane. And deviation, I really don't expect that to change very much because the pull rates seem to be about the same and in the reprint it seemed about the same to me anyway. And the values of the cards didn't really separate very much. So overall, it seems pretty strong. Expectations, oh my god, just everyone, everyone and their mother, brother, sister, father, just anyone thought this set was going to do well. It's just insane. Reality, this set did fantastic. However, yeah, we have a lot of check marks across the board. People are still yeah, their expectations, they're still thinking it's going to be fantastic and it's going to be the set that makes them rich. In reality, here's what I'm thinking. Right out the gate with Hidden Fates, it was such a good set and the allocation was just not enough that we had such a sharp spike right out the gate. It just got obliterated from all the shelves and it was all the scalpers came and took it. The rip it and flip it guys came. However, once the dust fully settles on Hidden Fates and it's gone off the shelves, and this price has already been spiked, what I think is going to keep happening is the price will increase a little bit, but then all of the people, like let's say those tins move to $50 a tin, just theoretically, there's going to be a whole wave of people that suddenly are okay selling at that price. So that price is going to stagnate and it's going to be held back. And maybe if a lot of people are okay with that price, they could even possibly cause it to drop a little bit, in theory. But what I think is more probable is it's going to stagnate, increase a little bit again, more hands are going to get weak and let go of their stuff, so we're going to have another wave of stagnation, and we're going to have very slow growth overall, and it's going to struggle to keep increasing in price. While in the short term, we have this huge spike in demand and price. I think because of how many people have such big positions in Hidden Fates, like I know some people that have, I'd say ballpark 10 cases of tins and they're just sitting on them. Me, I have some Hidden Fates myself. I have 2 Elite Trainer boxes, I believe. I have other things, but I'm not going to list them out. So there's just so much of this stuff, and I think it's going to be lingering for years to come. So overall, I think Hidden Fates is going to be a solid investment, but because of all of these positives here, everyone is on the same page. Everyone is expecting it to just keep increasing. I think it's very likely that this kind of staircase is going to keep happening. Little increase, stagnation from the wave. Little increase, stagnation. I think the only types of Hidden Fates products that are going to retain their value are kind of more unique and limited releases. Let's take, for example, the ETBs. For those of you that don't know, Elite Trainer boxes. Those were a very limited supply, just one and done. So those are definitely going to hold their value, not to mention they have that promo bird. Another one I've noticed that a lot of people seem to have let fly under the radar are those pin collections. I think we all know them. They're those Mewtwo and Mew pin collections that were in Walmarts and GameStops for a while. So those cards in them, you have about, by my calculation, a 60% chance out of 10 because if you can get them out of the box, all you got to worry about is the centering. And the Mew as a 10 goes for almost $100 right now. As a 9, he seems to be going for about 50 or 60. The Mew 2 seems to go for about 80. So I'm giving this specific piece of advice for any of you that choose to try and go into Hidden Fates, just so you know. Hidden Fates is going to be a set that is very plentiful and very easy to get, but the more limited releases, the ones that are going to be harder to find, that is where the real value is going to be over time. Things that haven't been reprinted and it's everywhere. Like take, for example, those tins. That Charizard promo, yeah, he's worth a decent bit if you grade him a 10. But there are literally thousands of them running around. And then those Walmart collection boxes, those are also getting reprinted from what I've noticed because they're resurfacing. And once more, there are thousands of those running around. So keep in mind, I don't think that this is going to be easy money. Maybe easy money if you have the patience to wait for the years that it's going to take, because a lot of people say they're going to wait 20 years, but a lot of people are not able to last through this little staircase. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that this was helpful. If you guys agree or disagree with my evaluation of Hidden Fates, please say so in the comments below. And maybe I'll change my opinion on it. And like I said, if you guys want to check out the more in-depth breakdown of this, I have another video. It's much longer. It covers Ultra Prism, Burning Shadows, Shining Legends, and then Hidden Fates at the very end. So thanks for joining me, guys, and see you next time.
Hello, everyone. It's me, the other member of the Bulba Squad. I just wanted to kind of chime in and give my 2 cents about Hidden Fates and investing in it. I definitely believe that if this thing doesn't get reprinted out the wazoo, and if you can find it at MSRP at your store, I think it's a great investment. I think it's a great idea to pick it up. Even if you're not going to resell it, just open it for the fun of opening it. There's lots of great cards in the set. You can definitely enjoy it. But I think if it's reprinted way too much and comes like that other set, what was it? Roaring Skies? Roaring Skies was reprinted like crazy. Then maybe it's not the best idea. But MSRP, I think it's a great price for just some fun opening packs. Anyway. Thanks for watching the video. See y'all next time.